video right here that I'm about to record is going. People gonna be upset. They're gonna be dislikes, unsubbing, unfollowing. All I ask of you is just hear me out. Just hear me out. January 30th, 2019. A young CK2K sprung an idea to his lovely, amazing CK crew. An idea that was met with some praise and some agreements. Is that a word? Agreements? If it's a word, please put it up right here. There was a big time superstar on his way out, and the New York Knicks were in the running to be a part of the trade or to land this player. That player was Anthony Davis. But along those lines, some team was looking for a third team, but ended up not needing a third team, and that was Los Angeles Lakers. Where am I getting at with this? Lonzo Ball. January 30th, 2019 was the first time I ever presented the idea to you guys that I wanted the Knicks to pursue Lonzo Ball. And we got a special guest. You want to say hi? Yes, nah. Daddy's just recording. It's no big deal. Tell them that you think Lonzo Ball should be a Knick.
Hi.
Yeah, tell them that you think Lonzo should go to the Knicks.
Key.
Yeah, we can give him cheese in New York. And like I said, though, there was some people who were, responding really. Here, look, let's look at some of the comments. Carl saying, bro, I'll take Lonzo most def. He's a pure point guard, and if we can dump salary, it's a win-win situation 2 years ago. BK Primo saying, your point isn't as scary and as wild as you think. In fact, I think there's a great probability to actually happen. I was hoping that was the case. I had people calling me a Laker fan because I like Lonzo Ball. I had people saying that I don't even care about the Knicks. I'm just a Ball family boy and this, that, and whatever you could think it. That's what I was being called. Remember, this is before the jump shot change. This was before his numbers went up, this, that, and the third. Lonzo Ball was just a point guard that was still trying to find his game, that was garnering a lot of hate, but had a very big upside for him. And a lot of people were thinking the change of scenery was needed. And I thought that for the team we had and for what we were trying to do, Lonzo Ball would fit then the way he would fit now. Now, here we are in March 2021, and now I'm still presenting the same idea, and now everybody all of a sudden is on my side. All of a sudden, y'all on my side. I'm just saying, you don't understand over the years the amount of messages and trolls, but all the things y'all had to say, like, oh, CK, oh, there go CK again. Sometimes I feel like CK just a burner account full of all ball. Look, you guys are finally understanding. You guys are finally seeing how great of a fit this kid could be for this team, and I'm loving what you guys are saying, especially after last night's game with him having his career high in 17 assists. But to me, it's the way he plays the game and the way he makes the rest of the team better. I've talked about, I'm not going to spend time on this. I just thought it'd be a funny intro if I bring back the fact that for you guys to understand who the originator was for this Lonzo Ball hype. It might not happen. I'm hoping it does happen. I feel like the Pelicans may end up still staying in love with him and taking the shot with him and keeping him long term. But I do think that he survives the trade deadline. And I do hope that we throw a bag at him in the offseason and maybe they don't want to match the offer and he comes to the New York Knicks. Who knows what happens? All I know is this whole Lonzo Ball journey has been hilarious. It has been hilarious. And don't get me started on the LaMelo Ball stuff, because when I told you guys that I was willing to make some trades to move up to get Lonzo Ball or get LaMelo Ball in the top 3, a lot of y'all were killing me. I said I'd move Mitch in the 8th pick and maybe another asset like a Frank Ntilikina or something to get LaMelo Ball. You guys hated on me. And that's no hate at Mitch. I'm wearing my Mitch hoodie today. I love Mitchell Robinson. But at the same time, try to tell y'all LaMelo Ball generational. But no, it's because I'm a part of the Ball family, right? Let's talk about last night's game. We definitely beat ourselves in that game, and with a lot of help to the Philadelphia 76ers. We're going to talk about the difference between Philadelphia and the Brooklyn Nets in this video. Let's get to the video. Run the intro. What's good, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. And guys, I just playing with y'all, just focus on fun at you guys. In the post game last night, I had some people talking about they were the originator, they were the bus drivers of the Zo2NY. I had to put y'all on notice, okay? I was there with the crooked jump shot and I still wanted it on my team. I don't know, I just think that's wild how people can write players off so fast, and the minute they start doing good, then they become appealing. Nah, you got to see before that with a lot of these players, and whatever. RJ Barrett being one of them, one under our own eyes. RJ Barrett and Julius Randle, these are guys under our own team that we're seeing that at one point people are marking them off as one thing, but then can completely flip their game in the season. You know what I'm saying? You never know the situations for some of these players. So that's why you can't mark these guys off as instantly as we do. But let's talk about the Philadelphia 76ers game last night. Now, there's a lot of takeaways from this one, good and bad. The unfortunate takeaway is the one that we lost. That's the biggest takeaway. We ended up losing this game 99-96 against the Philadelphia 76ers. And for us to even talk about that kind of a score with this team, to me, is a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. I know it's Philly. I know we still lost, and I know there's no such thing as moral victories. I'm with you guys on that. For us to bring this team and keep them to our level and playing under 100 was great. For us to be in this game and be the way that we were at the entirety of this game is great. But there's a lot of things that gotta help that we need to fix in order to finish and close out games like this. We can't win the first 3 quarters and then lay a goose egg in the fourth quarter. 21-20 in the first quarter, 35-28 in the second quarter, 26-25 in the third, and then 14-26 in the fourth. We can't let that happen. We beat ourselves in this game. You can't convince me otherwise. Missed free throws. Lack of depth at bench because we have some injuries that are going on. A lot of situations. We got to talk about it all. And I want to talk about all the main takeaways that I took from this game and what I feel like we need to do to fix it. But the thing is, there's not much to be fixed because we're just dealing with what we have to deal with right now. And that's starting off with injuries. Right now, we're missing 2 of our key guards in Elfrid Payton and Derrick Rose. And we're missing our main big man, Mitchell Robinson. What does that mean? That means that a lot of our bench players and the guys that keep our bench and make our bench what it's been this entire season, our bench has been amazing this season. Our depth this year has been tremendous when we decide to use our depth. But when we're missing key players like Derrick Rose, even Elfrid Payton and Mitchell Robinson, now you're taking Nerlens Noel off the bench. You're taking off that second rim protector off of the bench unit. Now with Derrick Rose and Elfrid Payton both missing, they don't want to start Frank Ntilikina because Frank Ntilikina can't play when he's not next to Immanuel Quickley or Derrick Rose. So now you're putting Immanuel Quickley in the starting lineup, and now you took him off the bench. And Alec Burks is out there doing what he can do, but there's only so much. And then on top of that, with Obi Toppin not giving us solid minutes and not really doing too much in the minutes he's getting, it's forcing Julius Randle to then play more minutes in the game and having him be gassed for the fourth quarter when we're only putting 14 points in that fourth quarter. So I know we talk about all these other teams not being full strength. That's the one thing I kept hearing from Nets fans yesterday, like, imagine if KD and Blake Griffin played, this game wouldn't have even been close. Cool, but imagine if we had our starting point guard, and well, I'm saying it for now because he's been our starting point for this entire season. You can hate him or love him all you want. We were missing our starting point guard and we were missing one of our key players off the bench. Imagine if we had those guys back and what kind of game it could have been. Imagine we are a team that plays well with our depth, even though we only play a 9-man rotation, but the depth helps with a lot of the things that the starters may be slowing down on as the game proceeds. And the same thing went with the Philadelphia 76ers. I was really surprised to see how well we played in those first 3 quarters after having the game that we had against the Brooklyn Nets, but you can see in that third quarter, we were starting to cool down. In the beginning of the third, it was looking like, oh, we're surviving the third quarter of death, but nope. Towards the end, we were starting to miss our shots and we were starting to get sluggish, and we saw that Tom Thibodeau was keeping out that starting 5 out there for a bit too long, and everybody was worried. You can see all Twitter was worried. They were saying, this is nice, but I really want to see what's going to happen in the fourth quarter. And we saw what was going to happen in the fourth quarter because we had to eventually set our starting guys, and the bench unit is not enough without Immanuel Quickley coming off the bench, without Derrick Rose on that bench. We're missing pieces, and it sucks. But this thing, you got to play the next man up. But at the same time, we cannot ignore the fact that we are just as hurt as some of these other teams that want to keep using their excuses. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Nets are missing superstars. So yes, that's going to hurt them a little bit, but at least they still have the others that can go and step up. Our others are what is missing in this game, and our starting center is what's missing in this game. So like I said, it's a combination of everything, and I'm not bringing this up as an excuse. I'm bringing this up as a we will be okay situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that because of us playing the way that we played in these 2 games, down a man and undermanned, that's a good thing. Like, when we get our guys back, that should give you hope for the remainder of the schedule because like I said, May is going to be rough. We got LA teams coming up. We got Philly coming up right around the corner, on the 21st. So hopefully maybe we get Rose back. So I'm not really too panicked about it, but yeah. Now, the second takeaway from this game is us shooting ourselves in the foot as far as free throws and missing open jump shots. Julius Randle was playing solid throughout the beginning of the game, but like I mentioned, he played 40 minutes in this game because we only got 7 minutes out of Obi Toppin, and Obi Toppin in those 7 minutes really wasn't doing too much. Therefore, Julius Randle had to play more minutes to keep us afloat in this game. But unfortunately, he was only 7 for 19 in this game. And that took him 19 shots to get 19 points. We say it all the time when it comes to Elfrid Payton, but that was the case for him. The only difference was he was giving us other stuff with 15 boards and 8 assists. That's why you're still +1 when you have 19 points on 19 shots. Elfrid Payton, take some notes. As well as RJ Barrett, who himself, just like Julius Randle, had the amount of points in the amount of shots he took. 17 points, 17 shot attempts, but like Julius Randle, was helping us everywhere else. But both of these guys, including the rest of the team, was hurting us on the free throw line. 3 for 7 for RJ Barrett, who just came off of a 10 for 10 night. And we had Julius Randle, who was 4 for 6, which is not terrible, but it was still not up to snuff for him. 66% for the field. And then we also had Manuel quickly misses 1 free throw of the game, that's saying a lot right there within itself. So yeah, we had free throw opportunities that we were giving up primarily by RJ Barrett in last night's game. Wasn't a good look from him. And he probably would have had a much better game if he was making his free throws. I mean, not probably, he would have. But yeah, that was part of the battle. But then also on the other side, from just the field, we have Frank Ntilikina going 0 for 4, and I think every single one of his shots missed the rim completely. Obi Toppin 0 for 1. Like I mentioned, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and even Emmanuel Quickly, who was 6 for 11, which is solid. That's 55% from the field. But the main takeaway was 4 of those 5 shots that he missed were from the three-point line. He was 1 for 5 from the three-point line, including that final shot at the end. A -8, but Emmanuel Quickly still doing a good job starting in his second game against the best team in the Eastern Conference. Both of his starts were against the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference. You got to give him some props for how he played in those moments. So we got to make the gimmies. That's pretty much what it comes down to. We got to make the gimmies, and we got to be consistent. The free throws, and like I said, we got to give help to RJ Barrett, Julius Randle. These are the guys that are going to be pushing this team along, but at the same time, after in a back-to-back, we need our bench guys to come in and step up when these guys are having the kind of games they're having. They still were productive. They still did what they could do. 17 points and 19 points is not a walk in the park, but at the same time, we needed more from the others. We needed more from Obi Toppin. We're having this conversation over on Knicks Fan TV, and I've had the conversation here a few times that it's time to consider putting Kevin Knox in Obi Toppin's minutes. It won't happen because Obi Toppin is supposed to be our young budding star and this, that, and the third. But at the same time, let's be real. Kevin Knox is still a younger player. He can get the development time. He's going to give you the open shots. You know what I'm saying? We're putting Obi in the open corner, and he's not making them. We're putting Obi in open shot situations. He's not making them right now because we're not using Obi Toppin the way that we should be using Obi Toppin, because that's just not how our offense is built right now. We don't have that floor general that's going to help Obi in his position. And that's my next point. Point guard play. That was really apparent in that last quarter. We played a good job with, a point guard by committee in this game. Alec Burks did a good job playing the point guard position, or a kind of point guard position, where he was definitely bringing that spark off the bench with 19 points. But he did a good job facilitating a little bit in the second and third quarter. But at the end of the game, where we needed that official point guard to reel us back in, we didn't have that. Like you saw in that final possession, where we were down by 3 points and we rushed a shot, especially in that fourth quarter where we're up in the game and we're only putting up 14 points. We need that point guard to slow us down and get us right. And like I mentioned, some of these players, they play well when they play better when they have those kind of players next to them. Frank Ntilikina, people are bashing on him right now. And yes, when you go 0 for 4, that's one thing. But when you go 0 for 3, and they're air balls, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a good look. Or maybe all 4 of his shots were air balls. I cannot remember. I don't think so. But I know at least 2 or 3 of the shots were definitely air balls. We saw the mid-range. That's not okay. The kid's confidence is shaken up. And the thing is, it's because, unfortunately, in this situation, he's looked on to be an offensive spark. He needs to be the offensive spark when that's just not who he is. Frank Ntilikina does a good job when he's a third option offensively off the bench. When he played next to Emmanuel Quickly, he had Emmanuel Quickly and Alec Burks on the court. So Frank Ntilikina it wasn't needed for him to go out there and score. So it was way more easier, and there's a lot more pressure lifted off of him to get buckets. And that's why he looked good in that 3-game stretch right before the All-Star break, because he's playing next to Emmanuel Quickly and he's able to play his game. Let me focus on my defense. If they're gonna leave me open, I'll put the ball up. But in this situation, it was just Alec Burks. So those are my biggest takeaways from last night's game. Guys, I understand, like I said, no moral victories and this, that, and the third, but we got to be proud of these 2 games. I don't care. You know me. I'm going to find the optimist. I'm going to find those point of views in these games, especially seeing that this team really is that team. I mean that in the sense of what you've seen so far this season is what you're going to get from us this season. We are that team. The top defense in the league, we are that team. Like, you don't have to worry or think about, or maybe I'm talking to myself, but you don't ever have to worry or think about the fact that maybe the Knicks are finally going to fall apart or something. No, we are that team. We are that team defensively, and we are that team when it comes to our fight and when it comes to our effort. We've shown that, especially against the two best teams in the Eastern Conference. We've shown that. We had the lead in this game that we lost from our own errors and our own problems, you know what I'm saying? And again, the Sixers are not the Brooklyn Nets in the fact that they're not going to keep us in the game. We showed them blood, they're going to take it, even without Joel Embiid. We saw that. Tobias Harris saw a weak point, and he attacked it over and over again. Ben Simmons played angry the entire game, even though he was whining for the majority of the game. He played angry in that fourth quarter and helped them stay afloat. So you got to effort these guys and got to give them props for the way that we showed up in this game. But at the same time, we got to play the entire game and we got to finish the game. That's also just as important. So my biggest takeaways, like I said, our injuries and our lack of depth right now is going to hurt us, and that's something that we can get back and we can still make a fight for as the season goes on. We really need help from our players that are in right now. Next man up. Obi Toppin, I need you to step up and play your game better. You need to find ways to get the offense going. Don't just stand in spots. Go out there, keep moving, doing what you were doing in the beginning of the season. Don't give up. Keep moving. The ball will be found. As well as Frank Ntilikina, I need you to get out of your own damn head. We say this all the damn time. We need more from our bench guys. And also play Kevin Knox. It's time. Put Kevin Knox in there. He's going to at least give us some open shots in the corner. He's been doing it all season. Let the kid shine. Let the kid play. And last but not least, we really need shooters and playmakers, ladies and gentlemen. We really need shooters and playmakers. Go get us some shooters in the trade deadline that is not going to be too expensive. Go get me Lonzo Ball. But those are my takeaways. What were your takeaways? Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree with what I had to say? Do you want to add on to anything I said in this video? Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. Luckily, we have a day off today. We're back on track with another Knicks game tomorrow against the Magic, a team that we have been going back and forth with for years, and hopefully this is one that we can win and get back to 500 so we can stay on track, because we still have a tough schedule coming up and we got the Sixers again on Sunday. So we need this game tomorrow. But let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say and what the frustrations may lie, or if you're as optimistic as I am with how things are going this year. Either way, it's been your boy CK. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. Join the CK crew members. Shout out to all you guys for showing some love and support over on Knicks Fan TV. Yes, I'm having a lot of fun over there in those post games, and I'm really excited to be a part of that more frequently now. It's gonna be a lot of fun over there. Anyways, you know the deal. Catch you guys in the next video. Stream tonight over on Twitch. See you tonight on Twitch. It's been your boy CK. Let's get it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's go Knicks. And also Zo2NY since 2019. I'm out of here.
Feeling like I won the lotto. Always taking trips with a new chick, asking where the time goes. And I wonder if this is all I'll know.